This scenario should be slightly concerning if it unfolds. So guys, there is a slight concern that I was thinking about the other day. Now I did a video, a live stream on this the other night, but this is a shorter version. So the other day I was thinking about what happens if President Putin passes away or gets assassinated. Now clearly if he gets assassinated, there's going to be some kind of all-out war somewhere, or Russia's going to blame the United States for doing it, when I think it might be China that would pull that off. Reason why is that China and Russia have been making a lot of deals together. They've been making some big moves. But I could see China pulling the rug out from under Russia in a couple of these deals, and even offing the president of Russia, Putin, and blaming it on the United States or the UK, maybe even France if they want to go that far. But something definitely isn't right with all of these deals that China and Russia are doing, especially that China right now is in the biggest economic woe they've ever seen. Almost, some people equate to their economic issues as almost touching a Great Depression. So obviously we don't hear a lot about that, but if you do research, you see the money woes that they're having right now. So the deals that they're still making with Russia sort of don't make sense. But if Putin was to get, again, assassinated or just die from old age because he's getting up there, there are three people that we have to watch out for and pay attention to, because I'm paying attention to them now, but we have to pay attention to because those three guys hate the United States. I mean, they hate the United States so badly that they're always, not always, but from time to time, or at least twice a year, they're calling for the destruction of the United States. Like almost, you can set your watch to it. And these three guys, I'm going to go over their name in a little bit and who they are. These three guys are characters that just hate us. Now, Putin has thrown some threats out there as well. And I think, is the most responsible guy out of all of them, because he'll throw the threats out there, but I don't think he's ever going to follow through unless his hand is actually forced. And so far, his hand hasn't been forced. He is one to follow through on his promise should he have to, but right now he's not. These three animals, something happens to him and they take over, we can absolutely see some either A, major bullying, where they start lobbing smaller tactical nukes at certain allied countries, and maybe not the United States directly, or they directly go after it, go after the whole thing, and just start lobbing nukes. Now again, these three guys are under the assumption that they can start this war with the United States and they're going to win. I don't know where they get that ideology from. I don't know how it works out for them, but it doesn't work out if there's a war, a nuclear war started. Nobody wins. Some reason they think they're going to win. Now, yes, they have a better sheltering system. Their people are better protected, supposedly. They have more food and water to make sure that people can survive underground for a duration. I think that's bullshit if you ask me, but that's what they're saying. So they seem to think that they're going to they could win this if they go in that direction. The problem is, anytime a nuclear war started and anything with major nukes used, everybody loses. And you can ask ChatGPT, you can ask any AI program out there, we all lose. Especially the top three countries, Russia, China, and the United States. Or rather, the United States, China, and Russia. Right now, Russia has the most nukes. We are number 2, and China is number 3. They only have 600. I think we have 5,000 and change, and Russia has 54 or 5,500 nukes. That's a lot of nukes for both the United States and Russia to have, if you ask me. That's the scenario that we should be watching should something happen to Putin. Something happens to him, the next thing we need to start paying attention to are those three assholes. Now, am I worried about it? No. If Putin passes away, will I be concerned? Yes. There's a huge difference between worrying and concern. Concern is just like, okay, let's see where this is going to go. Worrying is biting your fingernails and running around getting the rest of your preps ready. That's worrying. We don't do that shit here. We just need to be slightly concerned if Putin passes away. Now, the first Russian that I just noticed the other day, his name is Yuri Ivik. He is a combat medic, a Russian soldier, with I think a streaming channel or something like that, and he talked about putting an end to the West being us. And he's been calling for the destruction of the United States, and if I'm not mistaken, the UK as well. Then you also have the ex-president Dmitry Medvedev, something like that. He was a former president of Russia, I think before Putin, and he's been often enough, almost 2 to 3 times a year, calling for the destruction of the United States. Now, we had a threat back in November, I think it was, or October. They were talking about a nuclear war going down with the United States, and that by Christmas, we were going to see a nuclear war. These people don't stop with their threats, but they haven't followed through because Putin's still around. Now, the Christmas threat was by Sergei Markov. This guy is a pro-Putin politician. He's pretty much, anytime they say a pro-Putin backer, that means dick licker. He's licking Putin's dick. That's what it means in a nutshell. And this guy was calling for a possible outbreak of Third World War by Christmas. We're in May right now. So a lot of these threats have been empty. But the fact, guys, that they keep threatening means at some point something is going to happen. And again, if Putin winds up being assassinated, I'm going to go on a limb and say it's either within his own people, his own country that did it to him, or the Chinese. The United States doesn't have the galls or the balls to do something like that at all. People go like, it's the CIA. It's not the CIA. Russian have their KGB, and they have a unit that's like the KGB, a little worse. And then you have the Chinese and their bullshit. Anything could happen. Yes, could the United States do something like that? Like I said before, I don't think they have the balls, but it's on the table. But I would look at Russia first and China before looking at the United States if something happened to Putin. Even if it was a natural causes, still got to look at those 2 countries first, because these people want to go after it. He really doesn't, and he's getting in the way of them wiping out the West. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Prepper channel.